Hi guys, got two new consoles today and here's a review of one of them. The next one will come up tomorrow or maybe next week. So here it is, the Sega Nomad. I've actually been waiting for this console for quite some time, and I must say I'm fairly happy with the buy. It was very cheap actually, considering what these go for here in Denmark. As you can see, it's not the European version, if there ever was such a thing. It's American Genesis Nomad. So let's look at the hardware. At the top you can see the power button. Well, it actually is not a button, it's a slider. Right next to that you can see the power input and a cartridge slot where you put your Genesis games, like so. And you can see what you are playing. Kind of nice. Here is something quite interesting. It's an AV output. You can use your Model 2 Genesis or Model 2 Mega Drive output here and put it on the big screen on the TV. Yeah, and here's a low battery light and XYZ AVC buttons. A 6-button controller is actually pretty nice if you want to play some Street Fighter or something like that, Mortal Kombat, so forth. And down here you got the start and mode button. I don't actually know what mode does. I think it's pause, maybe restart. I don't know. Here is one speaker. Of course you can do it in stereo, but you'd have to have headphones for that. And the screen is a fairly large screen. It's okay. It reminds me actually of the screen on a DSi Nintendo. And over here is the D-pad. It's kind of nice actually. Good control. In the bottom we have the volume slider and phone input and the brightness setting depending where you are and something like that. And here is a controller port, one more controller port. So you could sit outside playing 2 players on this, or you can, put it in your TV and use it as a regular Genesis. So that's kind of cool. Now let's see some games on it, shall we? So let's try to turn it on and see some games. Produced by or under license from Sega. Of course. Sonic Team presents, you know this game, of course you do. I remind you that I'm watching through my camera, and yeah, it's actually going quite well. But as you can see, the screen is fairly okay. I don't know how much it refreshes, but yeah, it's okay actually. It's certainly much better than the Game Boy at the time. So yeah, so here's another game just quickly to show you yeah, some other games on the console. Oh yeah. Crap. Well, you get the point, right? Damn it. And now for the big question. Should you buy a Sega Nomad? Of course you should, if you are a collector or a Sega fan like me. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend it. I would just recommend the ordinary Sega Genesis and play at home. There are great games for the system. Very, very many great games. But there's two things wrong with it. It's big. I mean, really, really big. Look at this. The Nintendo DSi dwarfs in compared to it. And the Game Boy Color also. And the battery time is laughable. Only 2 hours on six AA batteries. Now that's kind of lame. Of course you can put into an AC adapter. The same AC adapter actually you get with your Sega Genesis 2. So if you're gonna sit in your sofa and game, that's cool. But it's not a system to take outside like a DSi or PSP or something like that. So in conclusion, if you're a Sega fan or a collector, then you should have this, because it's an interesting part of the gaming history. But if you just want to play some good games, then stick to your Sega Mega Drive / Genesis.